Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us again. In many cases, thank you for joining us for the first time. If it is your first time, I'm Afia Bediako with WorkWell NYC. This is our virtual cooking demo. Just giving you a brief introduction to WorkWell NYC, and then I'll pass it on to our chefs to lead the session today. So WorkWell NYC is the city's employee wellness initiative. We support employees in ways to support their well-being, really, virtually and in the office when we are, that's when that's where we are. This virtual cooking demonstration is connected to we have sort of areas of wellness programming that include physical activity, our Move More area, mental health and resilience, and our Be Well, Thrive NYC area, and then also Take Action, all about taking action for preventative health. And then our Eat Well area is where this programming falls. So we want to support you in all those different areas of wellness. And that's what brings us here tonight. I want to offer just a reminder too, the session is recorded. So know that we will share it on the WorkWell NYC webpage, in addition to sharing with those who registered the recording. And connected to that too, we want to invite everyone to definitely participate, but just note that the views shared by participants are not necessarily those of Beautifully Fed, Food, or WorkWell NYC. And with that, I'll pass it on to Fiona or Karen, whoever wants to take it.
Yeah, Karen will take it.
Karen will take it. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Fiona said this is the last one for now. We will be back as always. Thanks to WorkWell. And yeah, I'm Karen. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm part of a wonderful community of women of color. We're called Beautifully Fed Food. And most of us are based in Brooklyn, but I myself am in Florida right now, here with my dad. And so thanks to this virtual setup, I'm able to do this and still be here. So yeah, I think that's enough. And I'll be the one in the background, kind of checking in the chat, talking to you all, keeping the conversation going while Fiona leads you through this delicious recipe and I salivate. That's basically the role that I'll play. And I'll let Fiona tell you about what y'all are cooking and a little bit about herself. Take it, Fee.
Great. Hi, everybody. I am Fiona. Glad to be back with you one last time for this series. Really looking forward to coming back again. Let's see. You all, I know we have so many repeats, so I won't say too much about myself. I'm a member of the Beautifully Fed Food team. I love all things wellness. So fitness, nutrition, good food, just taking care of your mental health, your emotional health, because it's all so very important. So with that said, this is not just a cooking class. It's a place for us to connect. It's a place for us to share. Karen and I are facilitating the conversation here. Yeah, we have a recipe we're going to be making together, but we already heard one person mention that she's going to be doing a recipe that's similar, but not exactly what we're making. And that's cool too. So if you're cooking with us, we love that. We would love to see you on camera and we want you to share. We know that you're all coming to the table with some level of wisdom. And so we want you to chime in through the chat. You can unmute yourself and offer, anything you'd like to share there. So that's it. Again, I will one more time invite you to turn on your camera if you are comfortable doing so, because we love to engage. Otherwise, if you're cooking behind the scenes, just stay in touch with us through the chat or by unmuting yourself. So let's get started. We're making a spring crumble today, and you may see me lean forward every so often. I'm just changing my view on my screen here. So I know the recipe starts with the fruit filling, but I want to start with the crumble. And you know why? Because I like to create as little mess as possible in the kitchen. And so I'm going to use this bowl first for the crumble, and then I'm going to put it into my baking dish, and then I'm going to use the same bowl for the fruit filling. So one less thing that we need to clean at the end of this class. All right. So
about that.
So how many bakers do we have on with us today? Well, I love yeah.
Oh, and Kenya, you too?
Yeah.
I saw your hand up. Go ahead. Go, Kenya. Who else?
Can't wait for you all to share.
I know.
I like this recipe because it's baking, but it's like, it's hard to mess this up, And then also it's got all this good for you stuff in it. Like we have oatmeal, which has lots of fiber, and it's got some protein and other really great nutrients. We have some flour. I'm actually going to use whole wheat flour, but you can use other kinds of flour if you wish. And then we have lots of fruit and ginger and all kinds of spices that are just really healing. So even though it's dessert, because I love dessert so much. So what I do is I try to find desserts that satisfy my sweet tooth, but still are adding something to my body. That's not always the case. So I made some ice cream too. Whatever. It's just good. So I want to hear from the bakers though. What do you like to bake?
Yeah. Marissa loves dessert too. Yvette loves to bake. Jeanette, let's hear from y'all.
Bacon
What's your
rolls.
specialty? Ooh, bacon rolls.
Bacon rolls. Wow.
Savory baker. I love a savory
rolls,
baker.
like homemade self-rising rolls, those kind.
Yeah.
I love that. Yum.
So you do sweets as well?
Ooh. Yeah.
So Ava, you said
They,
when you make cookies, Ava, are they just straight out white flour, all the sugar, or do you try to healthify the cookies in any way?
Hell no, girl. Hell no. Healthify nothing.
why would we
I have
do
like
that?
I have a killer cookie recipe that I'm working on. Like I have a good base, and now I'm just trying to do different add-ons.
Ooh.
So I have two
What's it called? What are they called?
Well, I gotta come up with a name. Okay, dang, you just put me on the spot. I gotta come up with a name for the cookie.
All right. Tell us what's in it though,
But
to start. Get us excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna call it a ginger lemon snap.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no,
You got me. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Ginger lemon snap.
And the other one, I think I'll call. Yeah, I gotta come up with a name. Okay, I'm gonna email y'all a name on cookies.
Yo, Jeanette's daughter Christina makes cookies, cupcakes, and cake. She's all about the sweet stuff too.
Nice.
Lean, forget, is it Lean or Lene? It's Lean, right? We did this last week.
Lean, yes, lean.
Lean, yes, I got it. Okay, thanks, Lean. Banana bread with coconut or almond flour. Yum.
Almond flour, love that.
Right, love almond flour. Stacey does a strawberry cake. Rachel decorates cakes. Uh-oh, that's next level. Go, Rachel. You'll have to show us something. Miriam does a banana bread with blueberries in it. And Marissa sounds like she's down to eat all of these things. She's just a dessert eater.
As am I.
And Lean wants to know, what can we replace with oats in this recipe, Fiona?
So I have another recipe that I've made before where it's just all flour. So what kind of flour are you using?
I have a son that cannot have any complex carbohydrate.
Oh wow.
So it cannot have oats. So everything I can use should be like
white flour,
coconut flour, almond flour, cashew flour, pecan flour. So it cannot have oats at all.
Yeah. I have made this before I actually went to an Ayurvedic cooking class, and this recipe is inspired from that a bit, and that didn't include oats at all. It was just all spelt flour. So we would have to play around a little bit with it to get the right texture, but let's try it.
Okay.
I'd love to check in with you along the way and see how it goes.
Are you cooking now, Lean?
No, I'm not. I'm just finished work. I just finished work.
Oh man,
we totally get it. But do try it though and let us know, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. I love doing.
You all know how to stay in touch with us after this. I'm gonna give you our website address, our email address, and our Instagram. So you can stay in touch. All right. I'm going to put all that in the chat right now. You're welcome.
Great. So I love doing test kitchen type things, which is why I was so excited about you doing that with us tonight, but it's all good. Let's get started. I put my cup of rolled oats into my bowl, and I want to talk to y'all about measuring flour. So we have bakers. Do you actually do the, scoop and level? because it really does make a difference, right? So if you, by the way, I was telling Afia, I'm so excited. These are my new flour jars with little scoopers in them. And I'm so excited. And my little scoopers, y'all probably had this for a long time, but I'm finally getting my baking situation to a place where I'm really
very professional.
So
love it.
If you just take your half cup and you just stick it in there and pull up as much flour as you think is right, and you level it off a little bit, more often than not, you'll end up with more flour than you need in the recipe. I see Kenya shaking her head, right? And because I like to be so precise sometimes, I brought out my scale. I'm going to show you all. So this method, I just scooped it out. We need half a cup, and we're including the cup here. So this is giving me 220 grams. That's including the cup, right? So if we measure flour the way we are supposed to, which is to first aerate it a bit, and then you scoop it into your measuring cup. You can also just weigh, right? Like if you're really, really hardcore, you can just weigh it. And then you're going to level it off with your knife.
Fiona, I have a question.
Sure.
Hey, what is that that's already in the bowl there? I missed it. That's your what?
I added my oats to the bowl.
Oh, the oats. Okay. So I'll put the oats in. Okay.
Yep. Oh, good. You're cooking with us, Jeanette. Awesome. So
yes, as usual, I was driving, so I had my camera off. But I'm home now. We're ready. Great. And my daughter is helping with me. She heard dessert and she was like, "Oh, okay, I can cook mine."
Nice.
Okay, so this method got me to 196 grams. So that was an extra 24 grams of flour. So if you're baking something that needs to have a certain texture, if you want it to be kind of light, the more flour you put, the more that's going to impact your recipe, and it's not what you want it to be. So that's the reason behind not just sticking your measuring cup in there and just pulling out that amount of flour. So that's as sciencey as we're going to get with this recipe tonight, okay?
I hear if you want to be even extra precise, you should weigh your dried goods. Do any bakers here? Do you go to that extent?
Yeah, I do.
Are you doing that? Do you have a scale? You weigh, Fiona? Nice. Yeah.
My scale.
This is why I don't bake. I'm not getting a scale and weighing stuff. We're not doing that.
All righty. So we've got our oats. We have our whole wheat flour. That's what I'm using, is whole wheat flour. I'm now adding my sugar. This is the other conversation, right? I am using turbinado sugar. What kind of sugar are you all using? So turbinado is a form of cane sugar. There are lots of different types of cane sugar out there, and the difference is their level of processing, right? So granulated sugar is going to be the most highly processed sugar. Then you have turbinado sugar, which is less processed, which is why it's browner. Then you have sucanat, which is actually my favorite sugar. And it's not just brown, it's going to have more of a caramel flavor to it as well, the turbinado. Then you have sucanat, which is my favorite sugar. You even see the difference in the grains. I don't have any right now, but sucanat is almost like this really fine, just coarse sugar. So when you're trying to do, how recipes will often ask you to blend to cream your butter and your sugar, it's not going to really mix into it, but I still like it because it really imparts this very rich caramel flavor into the foods. So curious to hear from you, what kinds of sugar are you using in your kitchen? There's coconut flour, there's maple flour, so there are all sorts of alternative flours, which are a lot less processed, but then they also have a little bit of like trace minerals and slight amounts of things that are good for you, nutrients, kind of like honey and like maple syrup as well.
Got it. Heidi's asking, could you replace the sugar with monk fruit?
Yeah, monk fruit is a type of sweetener. Absolutely. I have that in my cabinet as well.
For folks that don't know, can you talk a little bit about monk fruit? Like what consistency is that?
So monk fruit, I'm actually going to get it because show and tell is always fun.
Show and tell.
Yeah, let me make sure that I actually do monk fruit.
Ew. And while you're doing that, I want to share that Lane talks about date syrup and honey is what I think you're saying you like to use in your as alternative natural sweeteners. And Denise, are you asking whether or not coconut sugar and dates can be used together? Because those are also really great natural sweeteners that people use. Yeah. And people use those in baking all the time too. Really good.
Sugar. Oh, here it is. Okay. So
You're coming back with the monk fruit?
I always love to hear from you all. So who else uses monk fruit sugar? I can take some out.
And I've been hearing about it, but I honestly don't even know what the consistency is. Is it like a granulated sugar?
It is. I'm gonna come to this camera over here. So
Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let's hold on. We're coming over to the spotlight.
Yeah, I use this monk fruit in my coffee.
Oh yeah. Oh cool. Oh wow. Really? Is it really sweet? Is it super sweet like I can't think of the name of the natural sweetener that grows in the earth. You know what I'm talking about. Stevia. How stevia is like even sweeter than sugar. Is monk fruit like that?
It is. And I don't know, some people think that it has like a little bit of an aftertaste to it. And it's most often, and for the person who's using it, I'm curious to know if you have a brand that isn't this way, because every time I see it, it's mixed with another thing that I don't pronounce well. It's another form of sugar. Maybe it's
pronounce it, Fiona. Pronounce it. I want to hear how you say it. I'm teasing you. It's fine.
erythritol. I think that's an alcohol. It's not a sugar, it's an alcohol. Do you also buy it with that included, the person who uses monk fruit sugar?
Yes, I believe so, because when you said erythritol, it sounded very familiar to me. So
very good. And thank you for pronouncing it well. All right.
No, I have no idea. My dad's a pharmacist, so I
got it.
tried.
It sounds right. It sounds right. I think you did improv.
All right, so in my bowl, I have my oats, I have my flour, I just added my turbinado sugar. I'm gonna add my spices. I have my cinnamon, and this has been sitting on my counter, and I love the smell of cardamom so much.
Yeah.
So I have my cinnamon, my nutmeg, my cardamom, and a little bit of salt.
I'm sure you're making Stacy really sad because she said she couldn't find any cardamom in the supermarket. So what can she use as a substitute? What spices can she put together to add to this to make it equally yummy?
Yeah, I think just having the cinnamon and the nutmeg would be great. Yeah, honestly, I think that's all that you need is the cinnamon. Like, I'm trying to think of what else.
Maybe some vanilla extract. Would she add that?
Yeah, we've got vanilla, but we're only putting dry ingredients into this.
Okay, right now. Got it. I'm with you now.
Okay,
what else? I have a question about the cardamom. Does it have to be grounded? Or can it, because it comes out of the leaf, but it's like little kernels? Is that okay?
I think grounded would be ideal, so it could really blend in there, but you could also add the kernels. Try it.
Okay. No, I'd rather ground. I don't want to be chumping on anything. This is the first time you're using it, so I really don't know,
What are you going to use to grind it? You have a mill you can put it in? Ta-da, or mortar pestle. The original mill. Do it.
Well, this is an ice cream scooper with on the countertop.
that will serve as your modern pestle. I love it. Improvise.
The only time I really use the whole cardamom is when I'm making tea. So I'm curious if you were to, yeah, I would probably try to grind it or grate it. It's so tiny. I don't know if you have.
I know. Yeah, Kenya's nodding. She's like,
yeah, I mean, you can throw it in there.
Try that. Rama says also cloves can be used. That's smart for the cardamom. Yeah, cloves really will come close to that. Really kind of.
Cloves.
I don't know. It's a next level flavor. Cinnamon. Yep, the cloves, the cinnamon, the nutmeg. Yeah, do that, honey. Stacy has cloves. She says thank you. Do it, Stacy. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be really good.
Okay, so we have our oats, we have our flour, we have our sugar, we have our spices, our salt, our zest of a lime. And so you all know how to zest a citrus, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are these things that you can use that are especially for this, but you can also just grate the skin off. Just don't go too far down, right? Because once you start getting into that white area, it's going to get bitter. So just make sure you're getting that green outer part of the lime. And then we're going to get to use our hands. So you're going to cut your half a stick of butter. Is anybody replacing the butter with anything else? I know that some people are really cautious about saturated fats, which butter is, but you know, when we do things in moderation, it can be okay. So I am cutting up my butter into cubes, and we're gonna put it into our bowl, and then we're just gonna mix it up with our hands. We're gonna get our hands dirty today. So I use, you know, I like to use, if I am using any kind of a dairy product, I do like to use organic, grass-fed, so that, you know, I'm using a better quality product. Okay, so this is everything that we need. And now we just need to go in here and mix it up until literally it starts to crumble. That's the texture that we're looking for. So the name really does describe what we're doing here, folks. It's, you know, it's not that ingenious, I guess. So you want to mix, mix, mix. You want to get like little, almost like little peas. That's the texture that we're going for. Okay, smaller than peas, you know, just like I said, crumbles. So is anybody replacing the butter? I'm curious to know if you're using something else. Aw, see you, Heidi. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
All right, mix, mix, mix. This group is super quiet. Talk to me. How's it coming?
Could you use coconut oil?
Yeah, I've had someone use coconut oil before. I think the butter just gives it a different texture though.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, coconut oil is also a saturated fat. It's just plant-based versus butter, which is not plant-based, it's animal-based, right? So any type of fat that is solid at room temperature is considered a saturated fat. But depending on the source, and you know, there's so much controversy about absolutely everything, right? So some people say coconut oil is the savior and we're gonna live to 1,000 by eating coconut oil. And some people say not so much, it's just a saturated fat like every other saturated fat. So just be educated consumers, you know, and listen to your body. Yeah. See how your body reacts to things.
Lena's asking about palm shortening.
Yeah, I have some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's shortening made from palm oil?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, Fiona, you got everything in your kitchen.
I know.
Right. Right.
So I use that.
Bye, Josie.
Make pastries. I use that. So
Josie's gonna go work out. Bye, Jocelyn. Thanks for coming. People are double booked. I know. The weather's getting nice. Okay, carry on.
All
With
right.
the palm shortenings, that's shortening made from palm oil.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to add a little more flour to this because it's not as crumbly as I want it to be. So, you know, folks, pay attention to the texture because, like I said, we are looking for something crumbly. So just start by adding a little bit more, maybe a couple teaspoons of flour.
That's coming out good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you add any more flour?
No, I used almond meal instead of the flour.
Okay.
Can we come take a look, Ava?
Come on in.
And you're not using your hands, I see. You didn't want to get your hands dirty. I wanted to play today. I wanted my hands.
I put a glove on. I was like, I'm like,
you know today.
Wait, hold on. No, oh please, look, nothing. I got the driest nails in the world.
Oh, they're like my
let me disconnect. Okay, there we go.
Okay, go.
Yeah, how about others? How's yours coming out? Because like I said, I had to add some more flour.
We're in Ava's kitchen. Can you see?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's what we want, that crumble.
Yeah, it looks great. Can you hold some pieces in your hand and let it fall? Let us see what that looks like, honey. Yeah, that's what you're looking at, people.
Yep.
There we go.
And Janelle, I'm curious to know how yours is coming along.
Okay.
What flour are you
Thanks,
using?
Ava.
Are you seeing that crumble?
Okay, you're welcome. Me?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Stacy or Kenya or who
I'm
else is
using
cooking with
regular
us?
flour.
Jeanette?
Yeah, Jeanette or Kenya. We were checking
Yeah,
in.
I can show you guys mine. Hold on, let me
Sure.
flip the camera. So I got my daughter in here. And
Hola.
what do
Hi.
you guys think?
Hey.
Crumbly?
Now that we're
Moving
making
hands.
dessert, you want to play? I see you.
Karen, I
Nice.
that well.
I'm
so-
using almond flour. This
Oh,
is my
okay.
hand.
Nice.
So I don't know, is this the right texture? Like we still have solid pieces of butter in here.
Yeah,
Moving in.
Then yeah, you want keep working. Keep working. You
Okay,
want
until the
that.
butter is melted.
yeah, until you get those crumbles as well. So mix it all in.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rely on you, Karen, because I can't see that well. So if you can,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
I'll bring
Yep,
you-
I see. Can we, all right, thanks so much, Jeanette. Let's go into Kenya's kitchen. Kenya, can we pop in? We're in your kitchen, Kenya. I didn't hear you. Your bowl was looking so
Yes.
appetizing. I couldn't help myself. Sorry.
I'm trying
Look
to
at that. I'm using a fork instead of your fingers.
Yes.
That's another way that you can do it. And you're mashing it. Nice, nice.
Yummy.
It's coming together. What combination of flours are you using? Yeah,
I use
I see.
regular
oats.
flour, all purpose, and then I just put a little almond flour, not much, but
Okay.
That'll give it a nice, yeah. So the last time I made this, I also added some
Cool.
coconut flakes into the crumble itself. So you
Oh,
can
wow.
add coconut flakes into the crumble, or you can put it into the fruit filling, but taste it. Make sure that you like it. 'Cause I had all my seasonings.
Thanks so much, Kenya. What about you, Stacy? Can we come? I don't think we've been in your kitchen. All right, Stacy, we're in your kitchen. We see you smelling. How's it coming along? What are you thinking?
Good. I actually really like the way that it smells with the cloves. So
Yeah.
that's advice.
That's right. You're the one who added the cloves in.
Yes.
You liked it?
Yes,
And it's not, did you taste it? It's not too much. Just remember, you want to be careful. I'm sure the cloves will give it a nice, like, deep flavor. Yum. I'm excited.
All right, folks. So
Now I'm hungry. All right. Thanks, Stacy.
So we can add, I mean, you can keep it to the side or you can add some of it to your pan now. I'm actually using a smaller pan because I want to make a couple different ones. So I'm adding just some of this because we're going to top it off as well with some crumble.
Cool, cool.
Adding that to the bottom of the pan. That's why I say this is like, we're baking, but this is such easy baking. We don't have to worry about whether it's gonna rise properly. We don't have to worry about it being too dense or anything. So this is a great, easy dessert that is yummy. And like I said, it's like, you know, it's like a healthier option to satisfy your sweet tooth.
Fiona, that looks like a frying pan for a second. I thought that was a frying pan.
Skillet.
Oh, it's a cast iron skillet?
Yeah, it's cast iron skillet. You can put it in the oven.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
both.
Oh, I actually have one of those.
What's the difference?
Fiona, can I
Yeah,
ask about the size of the pan? I'm not clear which size I should use.
Oh, wait, Afia, you're baking too? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who else?
Yay.
Talking to?
See what Afia wants to know what
yeah.
size a pan you're using.
I'm only using pears, and I probably have the equivalent of about
That's right.
4 pears. I don't know if I should use like a Pyrex or if I should use my cast iron or what.
Well, I love cast iron skillets, so I use everything. I put everything in a cast iron.
Cast iron.
So
Same.
you said you have 4. The recipe calls for a 9-inch pan. So something. Can I see what you have? So I don't know if those are deep enough. So I would go with
Yeah, I want something deeper.
So use the Pyrex.
yeah. Yep. Use
This is one is like probably 1.5 inches.
yeah.
How much is it layered? How much is it layered?
Well, how much pear do you have, right? So
It's not that much. I put the crumble and then the pears and then more crumble on top.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it in my bigger one then.
Yeah. All right. So that's the crumble. I hope you tasted it. I hope it, you adjusted the flavors so that you're loving it because I'm loving mine and I want you to love yours. So let's go to the fruit. Now, who wants to demo? I want to start with our ginger. We're going to cut up our fruit and all that, but I want someone to come on camera and demo peeling a ginger with a spoon. And I did see someone post in the chat that you do it. So you take your ginger, you hold it this way, and you're using the back of the spoon. Maybe if I come over here, you'll see it better. I'm going to my other camera. And you're actually just peeling it this way. So you really preserve more of your ginger when you're just peeling right below to get the skin off.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Love this technique.
I actually cut it with a knife.
Yeah, so you're saving so much of your ginger by doing it this way. And it's just easy. Because when you have like the little nubs and things, you can get around them using the spoon. So that works out well. So I'm peeling my ginger so we can get our fruit filling ready. So I think that we heard from some of you, but others who are cooking, what type of fruit are you using? Ava's got a whole tropical pina colada mix going. How about other folks? Jeanette, Kenya, what kind of fruit are you using? And are you using fresh fruit? Are you using canned, frozen fruit?
I have
Go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. I have fresh fruit. I'm using pears, the mangoes. I followed the recipe. Pears,
Okay,
mangoes, and apples.
Nice.
I did too.
Nice.
Same thing.
Kenya too? Nice.
Yes.
Yay, y'all. So good. So excited.
Okay, so once your ginger is peeled, just grate it. I'm gonna do it on the finer side of my grater.
Ooh, Ava's already in the oven. Nice. Yeah, she showed it to us. It's about to go in. Hold on.
Nice, nice, nice.
Do it.
We are going to, I decided to just kind of work along with you all today because I usually will cut everything and have them all prepped, but I want to work along with you.
I'm looking at Ava's before she puts it in the oven. I'm gonna make this one, y'all.
So, you know, I decided that I want to do slices instead of the recipe calls for 1 inch or 1/2 inch cubes, I believe.
Yeah.
I want to do slices instead.
Oh.
So if you'd like to join me in that, feel free.
Hey.
Mango.
Lori's gotta go. Bye, Lori.
Bye, Lori.
Good luck.
Next
These
time.
classes have been wonderful. Please share with us what you're making and in our Instagram. Shoot us an email, whatever. Stay in touch. We want to hear from you. Bye. And Elizabeth made the green sauce from last week. She said it came out so good. She didn't add the hot pepper. It wasn't too hot for her. She enjoyed it. Yay! So glad. Uh-oh, Ava, is the smell becoming unbearable? What's happening over there in your kitchen?
Oh, that green sauce. I'm still.
Oh, she's still
talking about
talking.
Ava and that green sauce.
You and me both.
I had it with some Tostitos. I went crazy.
Honey.
Yes, green sauce was awesome. My daughter said, whatever you do, remember that recipe.
Okay, that's you, Elizabeth. I can't see you.
I only made the sauce. I didn't make I bought all the ingredients that day, but I didn't make it.
Okay.
I didn't make it, but I only made the green sauce to the that recipe that we did last week.
So what did you do with it? Are you just dipping your finger in it and sucking it?
My vegetables.
There were vegetables, chips, like just dip things in.
So
Thank you, Elizabeth.
You're welcome.
This is probably because of how much I enjoy sweets, but I had to have a tooth removed this week. And so I've had to eat soft things. And that green sauce has been my friend all week long because I've been making potatoes.
Yeah. That's so smart.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So with the fruit, is like, because I saw it said 1 cup. would that be like 1 pear, 1 mango, 1 apple, or 2?
It depends.
I can't.
It depends on the size. Just start with 1 of each and see how that works for you. Because I have this little mango, and so I'm gonna need 2 of them. But I think I'm gonna use 1 pear, and then probably just 1 apple. You could also, you know, maybe you want more mango than apple, so use half of an apple, and just play around.
Okay. Is the idea to have 1 cup of each fruit, or 1 cup of all the fruit combined?
No, it's supposed to be 1 cup of each fruit.
I see. Okay. About. Got it. Just for my clarification. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to use both fruits that I bought because now my daughter is eating them as I'm cutting them.
I ate one of these mangoes earlier because I was starting to prep for the class, and I was like,
yeah,
mango
it was honey. It's hard for me to cook a mango because I just want to eat it straight out of the can. Like, why do anything to this? It's fine. It's beautiful just as is. I get that completely.
Right. So, I have not really measured my fruit out here, but I think that this is just how I use for my little pan. So I'm doing something different because again, the recipe says to dice or chop it into 1/2-inch cubes. I decided to slice, and then I want to layer it into the pan. So I'm just going off a little bit here. Okay, so I've got my fruit. I'm gonna add my maple syrup, another type of sweetener. And so you notice that we use a liquid sweetener here, but we use a powdered sweetener or a, not liquid sweetener in the crumble. And that's because this can be nice and juicy, but we want our crumble.
We want our crumble wet.
To be drier. We don't want that to be wet.
We want we want the crumble to be drier.
Yeah, we don't.
We're asking questions. Would cantaloupe work?
That's interesting. I mean, I've never tried that, but maybe. I've never cooked a cantaloupe. Have you, Karen?
I've grilled a cantaloupe. I've never put it into a crumble like this, but I've grilled cantaloupe. So, and grilled, like cooked cantaloupe, the flavor comes out even more. Like, I don't like cantaloupe by itself. It's just not flavorful enough for me, but baking it, cooking it, there's more flavor there. So I'd say, why not?
Yeah.
And Dolores wants to know, did you add the whole stick of butter? How much butter? Recipe says half. Yeah, it's a full stick. Yep, sure did, Dolores. Yep, that's what it calls for. That's what makes it crumbly.
All right, so I've got that in there. I'm going to finish adding my ginger to it. Grating my ginger in there.
Ava ran out of coconut flakes. She's mad.
Oh,
she's a little
yeah.
salty. But of course she's got crystallized ginger cubes. I don't feel sorry for Ava. She'll be all right. You'll be just fine, darling. Crystallized ginger cubes. That's next level, y'all. For y'all that don't know, get you some crystallized. I'll be like Ava.
Is anybody doing any add-ins? I'm adding coconut.
You adding coconut? Who else is adding stuff? Let's see.
I added coconut.
Nice.
Who's that?
Yeah, Kenya.
Hey, Kenya. Nice.
So all of you were on when Ava was mentioning the fruit that she's using. Ava, do you want to share that with everybody?
Yeah, I'm using what did I say again? Oh, pears, pineapples, bananas. Pears, pineapples, bananas. I put some the crystallized ginger cubes in there. Yeah, that's it. Pears, pineapple, banana. With the ginger, and I was hoping I was like, oh my god, I don't even have the coconut. I know that would have set it off real nice. So I'm stuck with the cubes, but that's all right. It's gonna be good. Yeah. I put I was gonna put Chinese 5 spice, but then I was like, I didn't know if it was gonna mess with the whole tropical thing I had going on. So I was like, nah, leave it out.
Pineapple.
Yeah, so I just did the cinnamon. I did the crumble the exact same way. You guys did it, but I used the almond meal.
You were also talking about doing a. special crumble. What type of flavor were you? Pineapple crumble thing? What were you doing? Pina? I heard you in the very beginning. You said,
I said I had
fruit,
found this recipe for this pina colada crumble.
That's it, pina colada crumble. Got you. That's where the fruit combination came together.
Yeah. But I was like, let me just add the pear this time. I'm gonna find a recipe. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Please.
That recipe is slamming.
Yeah.
Karen, push your mind before it goes in the oven too.
You ready?
Afia, yeah.
Help me. Somebody help me.
There I am.
There she is. Okay, WorkWell. That's why I'm looking for Afia. It's WorkWell. Hey, WorkWell.
Oh, so you ended up doing it in the skillet. It fit. Great. Nice.
Nice. Ooh, look at the pears. Okay, kind of go in the oven. Do it. Oh, this is so fun.
Alrighty, I'm going to load my fruit up.
Ooh, who's a little behind? Doris is cooking. She's a little behind, but it's starting to come together. Yay. And she's using pear, apples, and mangoes like the recipe.
Nice.
And most stainless steel pans are oven safe. Yes, I know you directed the messages to me, but I'm gonna answer you here because it's easier. And would defrosted frozen fruit in this recipe work well, Fiona?
Yeah, just make sure you drain it. You don't want too much water in there. Like really
there you go.
Pause and yeah. All right, so here's my little mini. So this is with the slice. Anybody else decide to slice rather than chop into the cubes? I could put more fruit in there too. Actually, yeah, let me finish putting the rest of my apple. I just realized I didn't put all my apple in there.
Stop playing games.
I know.
Get it all in there.
Get it all in there.
Oh, Denise wants to know, if you're baking with vegan flours, how do you decide which is the best one to use for a dish? Like, how do you decide between which vegan flour to use for this dish versus that dish? Good night, Catherine.
Yeah, I would love for someone else to chime in on that. I got flour and coconut flour, but I will follow specific recipes and play around with them. I can't say that I've mastered those flours.
Yeah, that'd be hard for me to answer too, since I don't bake. So for the bakers here and who are experimenting with vegan flours, why would you use a coconut flour in one dish and an almond flour in another dish, for instance, or something? How do you decide?
Yeah.
Kenya, Ava.
I'm learning about different flours now.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. Yeah, I'm just doing. I've been doing just regular flour.
You're using regular flour right now? Cool. Good.
Yeah, I think the flours give
it
a different, I think it gives it a different texture.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely does. Because I think some flours, like if you're following a keto diet, you should use the coconut flour and the coconut sugar and those things like that. So it's definitely going to give, it's probably going to make your food a little more dense. So it will change the texture significantly. Yeah, because I guess the flour has the gluten, so it doesn't have the gluten in it to help it aerate. So it's going to be more dense.
I make cake with almond flour, and actually not dense. It's really nice, and it's so quick and easy, this cake. So yeah, I know that with those flours, you really have to learn about how much liquid to use, because they're very they use very different amounts of liquid compared to wheat flour. So I mean, even the difference between white flour and wheat flour, you have to be careful. Wheat flour will require more water than white flour. So those flours are also very sensitive to liquid.
I'm smiling because I heard all of that, and I'm watching Stacey drizzle some syrup into her pan. Can we see? It looks so good. She's drizzling syrup into her dish, and it just looks so decorative. I'm like, wow.
All right, so
Thank you for that, Stacey. Oh, that was food porn for me. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
Ready to go?
Fiona, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Yeah,
what's happening?
You are all seeing the Mine crumble. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're seeing your crumble. It's beautiful. It's lovely. You're putting it in the oven.
Alrighty. So now, how's it
all
going with
goes
other
down.
folks? I'm so glad that Ava's is already in the oven because she'll be able to try hers. Is anybody else's in the oven yet? Kenya, yours is in the oven? Nice. So tell us, how did you like it? How were the flavors for you? When did you taste? You didn't taste it?
Yeah. Did anybody who tasted it
I
before they
taste it,
put
but a
it
lot
in
of
the
times
oven?
when you taste it, it's still not as sweet as it could as it's going to be when it's cooked. So
Right. Sure.
if I put more sugar in it, it's going to make it more sweet, and I just don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and I try to not make things too sweet because I feel like when you buy desserts, it's just sugar, like that's not what we're going for here. That's why we have the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the cardamom, like that's the flavor we want. We don't want just sweetness at all. So
And that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm learning, the different flavors. So I've been doing it just like you guys were doing it, because when I would add in my little bit of this and a little bit of that, it didn't come out the way I thought it should come out. So the last time we did the green sauce, I did it exactly like the recipe, and I liked it a lot better than I did it when I added the lemon yogurt. So the lime yogurt. So I'm like, okay, let me just try it exactly like it is, and then next time, if I see something different, then I'll add something different.
Nice.
There you go.
Great. And so I wanted to just ask, did you end up doing a cup of fruit of each of the fruit, or how did the measurement come out?
I actually ended up, it was a cup of fruit, but it was only a half a pear, well, the whole pear, half of a mango, I added 2 apples.
Okay.
Golden Delicious and a Granny Smith.
Nice.
So it should have a better flavor, because when you do apple pie, you do the Granny Smith. So I just added 2 of them.
Nice.
And did half of each.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. See, no, I guess you were customizing, because there was somebody who was like, no, I'm following it exactly to a T, but that wasn't you, Kenya. You were always kind of customizing it for your family's taste.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
After the spice situation, after she followed my recipe and added too much pepper, she was like, I'm going to do it my own way. She learned quick. Thank you, Kenya, for doing that. Also, WorkWell added something about flours. Somebody had asked the question about how do you know which flour to use. WorkWell said, play with texture and experiment. Do half and half until you know what works. It's a really great strategy. Definitely, because you won't know what you like, what works for you until you're really in there experimenting. So just play and don't be afraid to try and see what happens. Come back and let us know.
Thanks, Karen. I was just going to add to today I did like xylitol. I use almond flour. So like sometimes when I bake or cook, it's sort of like this might look like what they suggested look like. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's fun sometimes to be like, oh, that's one that I want to follow the recipe for, so I can be closer to XYZ. But sometimes it's fun to just be like, oh, okay, this is crunchy. Okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Now I know. Now I know exactly.
Totally.
Thanks, Sophia.
Jeanette, how's it going in your kitchen? Is your daughter still eating all the fruit, or did you make it into the oven?
We did not make it into the oven yet. I'm currently looking for the my cornstarch in the cabinet. I remember specifically having.
Yeah, that just helps to pick it up a little bit, but you can probably just leave that out as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remembered I didn't buy it. So I was like, oh, I have cornstarch at home. Oh, I just found it.
Ta-da.
So, but I put everything else in. I got the fruit in the bowl, the syrup, the cinnamon, the vanilla extract.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, no, I didn't. I have my vanilla. I already put it in with my maple syrup. So I was like, man, not my vanilla.
Yeah. So I just have the starch left and the half a lime.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So when I mix it up, just like mix it with a spoon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Stacey's also cooking.
Any other questions?
Right? How's it going in your kitchen, Stacey?
Oh, I just put it in the oven and I'm putting a timer because I want to devour that because it smells delicious.
You tasted it along the way? Did you make any adjustments?
I added a little bit more syrup just because like I wanted it a little sweeter and I had some extra.
That was the food porn we were watching. She was going in. It looked amazing. What kind of syrup did you use? What was your sweetener?
Just regular maple syrup.
Maple syrup. Yum. I love maple syrup.
So I love to have this with ice cream or whipped cream, but those of you who don't do dairy, have you ever made a coconut milk whipped cream?
I have.
Really good, right? I think that would
so good and so easy.
So what's your technique, Karen?
It's been a minute since I've done it, but I know the key is to take your coconut milk and in the can and put it in the fridge. And you want it because you want it to solidify and really get that cream from the top of it. And that's what you'll whip up into whipped cream. And I don't remember what I added to that. Not much. You just whip it. And probably nothing. I think it's just the cream and maybe some sweetener and vanilla extract. And you're done. Yeah. And really good. That's it. Well, in fact, Rama wants to know what brands of vanilla extract you use. Do you have a favorite brand?
I don't have a favorite brand. I'm using the Simply Organic brand.
Yeah, I've used that one. Very good.
Is the brand, I know there's a type of vanilla called Madagascar, but I think there's a brand also that goes by
similar. That sounds familiar to me too. I feel like I've seen that. The one thing I'm going to keep in mind is something we can't say it enough of, and that is to read the ingredients. I was at my brother's house in Atlanta last weekend, and he loves to cook, which is really great. And he had vanilla extract in his thing, and I went to go grab it, and I was like, something about it just seemed fishy, and I turned it around because it wasn't a brand that I knew. I turned it around, and sure enough, it was like added flavor. It said vanilla. I didn't call it vanilla extract. Vanilla flavor was the name of it, but it was in a vanilla extract bottle. You know, the shape, but it was just a little bit bigger. And I looked in the ingredients, and it was not pure vanilla, and it had a bunch that you don't want. And I told him, Dwayne, you got to be really careful when you're buying products. Make sure that what you're asking for is what they're delivering, and you only wanted to say vanilla on the back. If it really isn't vanilla and alcohol, that's what extract is. It's the alcohol plus the thing. So just be careful, and then use whatever brand you like. Done. Ooh, cashew cream is nice too for like a whipped cream situation. That's cool. You're welcome, Mama.
Yum.
And coconut milk. Yeah, coconut milk frost. Wait. Yvette, can you come off mute and talk to us about coconut milk frosting? Is that from coconut like whipped cream? And what about making that? I've never made a frosting from scratch. So teach me. I want to know.
I just followed a recipe that I got off the internet, and basically, like you said, you put the coconut cream in the refrigerator and do that like overnight, and then you drain off the liquid so you can save that for something else, and use the stuff on the top, and you just mix that with some amount of vanilla extract, and I think I also put maple syrup in there to sweeten it up a little bit. And then you just whip it till it looks like frosting.
Wow. Do you whip it? Do you hand whip it, or do you need a mixer for that?
No, I use that little hand mixer, electric thing.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Got it. It's a little stronger than a whisk.
Yeah, I don't have enough power for that.
Yeah, no, I got that. Oh, cool. Good to know. Thank you. Thanks for letting us hear your voice. I'm so excited. And Dolores, I know you're catching up with us. So you saw that that Fiona is. She put the crumble down at the bottom and the top. So we're sandwiching the fruit, right? You caught that? Were you able to save your crumble so that you have enough for the top?
Yes, I was.
Okay,
I see, the problem is my laptop is in the living room, so I'm going back and forth. So sometimes I like to watch what Fiona's doing, and then I do it a little bit later. So
I get that.
Right now, Dolores, all I'm doing right now is eating.
So now
you got plenty of time.
I'm just adding the mango, and then I'm ready to put it in the pan. So I'm almost done.
Did anybody else slice instead of cube your fruit? Nope, everybody cubed. Okay.
This is so
The smell that is
fun.
coming from my oven right now
Right?
is crazy.
What do you do? Fiona, how do you still have stuff that you're eating? What is it that you're eating still?
Because I made a smaller one because I want to try something different with the other.
That's what you're still eating.
Ava, did you add cardamom to yours? I feel like that cardamom is just, I love it so much. I think
cardamom is the truth, but you can't add too much though. It kind of like it's real bitter, so you gotta really be You gotta have a light hand with that.
Where is it from? Cardamom.
India.
Yeah, cardamom
India,
and spice.
Denise is leaving.
Did you use it, Kenya?
Enjoy the summer, Denise.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes. First time.
Oh, good. What did you think of the scent? I just even really enjoy the smell of cardamom so much.
Right? So do I.
It smells minty, like a minty kind of smell. It's not something I'm used to. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I tried it in my lemon water and it kind of cut the lemon taste a little. It just made it a mild lemon water. I just put one little, I don't even know what to call it, little piece.
Like a sprinkle.
Yeah,
oh, that's right, because you have the clove. You have the actual,
just to see.
Pods. You have the
pod, the cardamom pod.
What did you end up doing today? You have those pods. Did you just open it up and put the?
I tried.
You beat the hell out of it.
Blend it. I tried, but it wasn't doing anything. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna put them in and see how it comes out.
Okay.
You might
we'll learn together.
Because it's a crumble, it may just blend right into it. So we'll see. It's not something like a fine sugar, so fine thing.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if the flavor will infuse as much since it's not ground.
Yeah.
But
I couldn't find ground.
Kenya,
nope.
See if you could keep looking for ground. See where you can find it. It's somewhere. Where do you live?
Because I had to order it online.
Oh.
Yeah, and it comes with the lead. Let me show you.
I've never
My daughter
seen the
ordered it
pods
Monday.
themselves.
She was like,
Okay.
I don't know what that is. I said, I don't know what it is either, but we're going to find out.
But you know what? I love that you've been experimenting with it.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm just going to order it
So
and we're going to see what we do.
This is what it looks like.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
I have seen those. Yep. That's
So
it. That's cardamom, y'all.
We opened up 6 of them, which made the teaspoon.
Okay.
And that like now it's a nice smell, but it's like, oh, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
You can make a nice this as well. So like cardamom and fennel and coriander maybe is a really good tea.
Oh, okay. I'm learning.
That would be so much fun.
I have a question. When COVID is over, do you do or before COVID, do you two do in-person classes?
Yeah.
That
was the only way we did this. Like we are learning this virtual thing right now on the fly.
Really? Oh, wow.
We didn't do virtual before. We only did it in person. So we've had to kind of figure out how do we do what we do on Zoom. So thank you for being our guinea pig.
So when this is over, are you going to go back to doing in-person classes?
I think we decided we're going to do both. We're going to keep the hybrid. I think it's really amazing. Yeah, Kenya's clapping for us. I think it's been really great to see the people that we get who we wouldn't be able to reach without having this virtual platform. So as long as we can continue it, we want to be able to provide both.
Okay, because because when this is over, I will come to the in-person classes.
We will be there. We will be there, Elizabeth. We miss being in person. Plus, we want to like share the food. We want you to taste the thing and see it.
I understand that now.
Yeah.
I don't know about you all, but the mayor's office is going back to work May 3rd.
Yeah, I saw that on the news. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Things
are changing. What's
Are you
happening?
asking me something, Fiona?
Yeah, I was asking, how's your kitchen smelling? Is it starting to, are you smelling it yet? Is it bubbling? Like, how's it coming along?
It is, it's bubbling. It looked crunchier before and now it's looking juicier, but I prefer, it's hot and it's in the oven and I can't pull it up yet. I'll give it a little bit longer, but I don't have anything to show, Karen.
Okay. But, I got excited.
My daughter
Oh
just
my
said it smells
God.
like pancakes. I don't know. This because I use the same frying pan.
Does she like does she like pancakes?
I'm sure it's a good smell. I've had
Okay,
maple syrup in it and the same frying pan I use, and cinnamon, which I always put in pancakes. So
that's true too. So I have a question. How much did you drain did you drain all of the liquid from the pears? Because you were using pears in a can, right? So
I drained them, yeah, but it still was pretty moist. So
yeah, so that's gonna make a difference too, for sure. There's a question from Alexa about the swap list.
Yeah.
It's in
the chat. Okay, yep. You say that on the swap list, you indicate honey, agave, etc. for the cane sugar. Is that for the crumble? She thought we shouldn't be using wet ingredients for the crumble.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. So no, that's just for the maple syrup. Okay. So the swap of honey, agave, coconut sugar, that's really only for the maple syrup. For the cane sugar, you can swap with like coconut sugar, monk fruit, like any kind of
the granulated.
Yeah.
Got it. Hope that answers your question, Alexis. Thank you for raising that. We'll have to modify that on the recipe so it's clear for people. Yeah. Alexis, I want to hear from you.
I'm not cooking now, but I'm studying the recipe so I can do it. So that's why I was
Can I come and spotlight you? Because I'm so glad for your question. Yeah, I just want to see your face. Yeah,
but I'm not cooking.
I know, I don't care. I just love how like intent you are watching us week to week, and it's just so good to see your face. Like I see that you're studying, you're absorbing, you're like learning. So thank you for asking these questions and contributing in this way. Really,
but I am jealous when I hear it smells so good.
Right? Thanks. I'm going through that right now.
I wanted to ask you to talk a little bit about the monk fruit. Like, do you think that there's an aftertaste? Because when I shared it with someone, she said it had this like weird texture on her tongue, and then there was an aftertaste. Like, what's your experience with it?
I think there is, but I think it's just because people are so used to regular sugar. But it is acquired, but after a while, I don't miss the real sugar flavor anymore.
Yeah. Nice. Has anybody?
Sometimes I do mix I do put a little teaspoon of regular sugar just to give it that real flavor, if you will, just to cut the bitter aftertaste if there is for other people.
Yeah, there is just a little bit of an aftertaste with it. But that's okay. Has anybody tried yacon syrup? That's another
sweetener. Never even heard of that. What the?
Yeah, it's actually a tuber that is used as a sweetener. I don't know if they make the like dried form or if it's only a syrup, but I've tried that as well. I wasn't that into it. No. I switch high and low for different types of sweeteners because like I said, I really do have a sweet tooth. And so I just try to investigate different types that, won't spike our blood sugar and all that. So, yeah. Elizabeth, you just mentioned something in the chat. What sweetener were you?
Yeah, what sweetener were you guys just talking about? I missed that.
We were talking about monk fruit and then yacon syrup. Have you
yacon? Can you spell yacon?
No, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's YACON. Someone should Google it. What do you?
Fiona, you so wise.
I'm such a nerd. When it comes
to monk fruit, I never heard of that.
Good to know.
I just love sweets. That's what this is all about. I'm like, how can I have my sweets in a way that isn't going to be where I don't have to pull out all my teeth? How can I have my sweets?
A long time ago, prickly pear. Have you ever had prickly pear?
I don't think
I have.
Oh, that is good. I had that. Really I tried that. I tried that a long time ago.
Yeah. What does it taste like? How does it taste different?
It was so long ago, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But I remember I liked it.
Yeah.
I like it too. It could be made savory or sweet, like a lot of fruits. And and it's got, I can't describe the texture. I had somebody prepare it and I tried, and I can't believe I never heard of it, but it's from the Caribbean. Really good. And it has different names. So I heard it called, if anybody knows another name that it goes by, please share, because some of you might know it by a different name.
We are coming, let's see, let me check.
Yeah, how many minutes do you have left, Fiona? How many minutes do you have left, Ava and others?
I didn't really time it. I just wanted to see when it got brown and bubbly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to come out.
That's what we're looking for. Brown and bubbly.
Yeah.
Mine's a brown.
We want it being browner.
Yeah, mine's be a little browner.
Fiona, what was the name of that other sugar that you said?
The other sweetener is Yacon syrup. Are you gonna Google it? Yeah, tell us what you find.
How do you spell it?
I'm putting it in. Yeah, go.
Yacon. Yacon.
This is syrup and powder.
Oh, there is a powder. Okay. And what are they saying? What is it made from? It's a root vegetable, right? Is that how it's described?
Okay. It's a root.
Yeah.
Yacon syrup nectar. Yeah.
The root. So who said that? Are you familiar with it? The person who just mentioned that it's a root?
No, I Googled it.
Okay.
I will use it.
You've never used it?
No.
I mean,
it says it provides 1/3 the calories of sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The thing about all of these alternatives is that they can be a bit pricey. So that's something to keep in mind. But I know, for me, I would rather invest in these things than, buying those expensive pair of shoes or whatever that is. I know Karen doesn't agree with me on that, but it's
maybe occasionally I'll splurge on like a spice or a thing, but I'd usually pick shoes over.
Yeah, I know. Alexis, what else did
They're really cute.
It looks like a sweet potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw. It looks like a sweet potato.
Yeah. Very cool. Tanya's showing hers. Can we come?
Oh, did you take yours out of the oven?
I think so. It's brown. Look at that. Is it bubbly also?
It was bubbling around the sides.
Ooh, that's what you want. How does it smell?
I can't smell it.
You don't
I can't smell it. I think it's my allergies. It smells good when I get close up on it, but I can't smell it right now.
What does anybody else in your house say? Can they smell it?
They're asleep.
What do them tell you?
They'll come out in a minute and they'll say, "What's going on? What is that?"
Yeah. What's happening? What's happening?
I know it needs to cool, but I really want you to just take a spoon and just, let it cool a little bit.
I'd take a spoon anyway and blow on it.
Yeah.
That's just how I do. So yeah, we'll let you wait if you need to, honey. And Ava, I see you have a bowl of something. Is that the good stuff? What you got?
I'm getting ready to put it in the bowl. Okay, so here is my finished crumble. Okay, there we go. Yeah, do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this little corner right here.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, let me put this down for a second. Oh my God.
She look like she gonna cry. Reactions ever. Pick right here.
This is so good. Oh my God, it's so good. It's crunchy from the crumble got crunchy.
Yeah,
sweet.
That's what you want.
Even the pears had like a little they weren't all the way soft, so they had like a little hardness to them.
Yeah,
I'm getting a crunch from the pears, the sweet from the pineapple, the crunch from the oatmeal, the sweet. It's just, this is so good. Like,
wow, that sounds good. And bananas in there too, right? So the bananas kind of like melding into everything.
Too,
yeah. Ooh.
And milk, I even sorry.
It's okay.
burning her poor mouth.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I don't care.
Right. That's right. She did it. You're like me, Ava. I can't wait. Like I want to eat it right now.
Well, hush. I'll do that all day. I even taste the salt, a little bit of the salt. I could even taste that too. This is good.
I love salt and sweet. So I probably sprinkle a little bit of salt on top of it too for another added crunch and taste. Ooh, Fiona, let's see you eat.
This would be good with the coconut, the whipped cream though. I ain't even gonna lie. This would be real good with the whipped cream.
I actually want to hear from Kenya.
Who are you at?
I want to hear from Kenya.
It's good.
Kenya over there chewing too.
It's good, and the good thing is you don't feel sinful about it because you know it's healthy.
Exactly.
So you're like,
exactly.
So
yes,
of course,
healthy
there is
and
sugar
delicious,
this, right? Like there's still sugar, but it's good. It's not like overly sweet. It's just look at Ava. She's so funny.
It's still a treat. She's still going in. Yeah.
So Kenya, would you add anything? Like, how would you?
I would do a little. I may add a little bit more butter or something to maybe a little bit more coconut actually to the top to make it a little moist, a little bit, not much, but just like a little sprinkle just to let it won't be so dry on the top.
Right. And so what kind of flour did you use? Just all-purpose flour?
Yeah, but I did add a tiny bit of almond flour, not much, maybe a teaspoonful, just to see if it would, but
right.
Yeah, this is something I'll do again.
So a little bit more butter. What about how the cardamom flavor comes through?
I don't know what it's supposed to taste like, but this is good.
Okay, fair enough. I got that.
You can add dry fruit though.
Oh, of course.
Thank you again. Fiona, what about you?
I love it. I love this. I like that the crumble is dry on the top because it gives it a crunchiness that I like. So it kind of, because and then using the different types of fruit also adds different texture because the mango is a little bit softer than the pear and the apple. So I like that about it. So I just have lots of different textures, the flavor. I love the combination of the cinnamon, the cardamom, the ginger, the nutmeg. I love it. I wouldn't be sharing with you if I didn't love it.
Question: could you drizzle this with chocolate? People want to know. I say why not? You could drizzle chocolate on anything, y'all. Just yes. The question is, can you drizzle it on Can you drizzle chocolate on it? The answer is always yes. And then also, is it better to eat chilled or cooled down or warm?
I like it warm.
I like it warm too.
I would love it warm with a nice scoop of vanilla ice cream.
So me too. That was my favorite, hands down.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it. But again, H and anybody else who wants to know, do it your way.
So
the best way to eat it is the way you like it.
Whipped cream.
Yeah, whipped cream. I'd even do this with yogurt that I sweeten, plain yogurt that I'd sweeten with vanilla and honey and add that to it.
And that'll go with the fruit really well.
Yeah.
That yogurt, yes.
Exactly.
Jeanette said she made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. I didn't put crumble in. That's okay.
Drizzle with chocolate, people.
So it's more like an open top pie. If it doesn't have the crumble on top, it can still be good.
Of course it's still good, for sure. Flavors is good.
My daughter was like, Mommy.
Most crumbles don't even have it on the bottom, but I like having that on the bottom because it gives it a nice crisp on the bottom. And then,
and like you saw with Ava's, it gets
amazing,
even browner on the bottom. It has a nice browner color, which also gives it more flavor. So
I actually like that technique to put the crumble on the bottom. I've never done it like that, like sandwiched in like that. It's real good.
Really smart.
I love it.
Extra.
We're at the end of our session and at the end of this series.
I know. They're asking, will there be more? There will be more.
They're doing more?
Yes. We're doing this again. When?
July.
In July.
July for our summer series.
We're back in July.
Thank you. Looking forward for it.
You're welcome. Us too.